Hello guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will see the is subsequence problem which is from LeetCode day 9 of the June challenge. So let us now look at the problem statement. Let us assume that we are given two strings, string S and string T, and we are required to find whether string S is a subsequence of this string T. In this example we have string S is equals to ABC and we want to find whether this string S is a subsequence of this string T. So for a subsequence you can skip the characters in between, but the relative order in a subsequence is always the same. Okay, so in this case you can see that A and A is also present. In this case B and B is present, and also B is occurring after A in this string T. So the relative ordering is maintained, and then you can see that this is C and C is also present, and C is present after B, just like in the original string S. So you have skipped this H and this GD. So you can see that ABC is the subsequence which is present in string T. Therefore, in this case, you will return true. In the second example, your string is AXC. And if you try to find the subsequence in string T, then A is present. After that, you find C. And there is no X in between. So you will have to keep searching for C. Otherwise, if you stop here and if you choose this X as well, then the relative ordering between these two values is not maintained. Okay. So there is no subsequence S present in this string T. So in this case you will simply return false. Now the constraint for this problem is the length of S will be maximum 100 and the length of T in which you want to find the subsequence of S will be maximum 10 to the power 4. So I hope you understood the problem statement. Let us now look at a very simple and intuitive method. Before looking at this method, I want to clear one point. Let us say you have string S which is having ABC and string T which is having ACB. Now after matching a character, we should always find the next matching character to the right of the previously found character. Okay, so in this case if you found A here, then the next character to be found is B. Okay, so you will have to always move to the right of the previously found character which is A here, and the index for it is 0. So when we move to the right, we found B here. Okay, and now when you search for this C, then you will have to move to the right of this index 2, and you cannot say that this C is present because this will not maintain your relative ordering. So whenever you find a previous match, you will have to move to the right from that match. So this is the way you can maintain your relative ordering. Now we can solve this problem by using two pointers. What we need to take is just one pointer in string S and another pointer in string T. Let us assume that I take I pointer in S and T pos pointer in T. Now I will find the first occurrence of this A. So this is present at this index 0. So we will find the next character which is B, and we will start from the next character in this string T as well in order to maintain the relative ordering. Now where is B? So this is not B, this is B. So we will stop here. This is index 2. Now since B has been found, we need to search for C. So we will start from this next character G. Okay, and we will keep searching unless we hit a C. So here C is present. So you can see that we have found all the characters in S. Therefore S is a subsequence of T. Therefore in this case we will return true. Now if you do the same thing for this AXC, then A will be found at this index 0 and the next character to be searched is X. So you will start from this index 1 and you will keep moving right. So there is no X. So T position will reach the end of string. So whenever you reach the end of string in this string T, then you will be sure that you are not able to find the subsequence S in your string T. Therefore in this case you will simply return false. The time complexity of this entire solution is order of length of S plus length of T, because we are just traversing this string S once and this string T once. Okay, so the time will be S plus T. Now let us look at the next method. The next method has similar time, but then this is making use of map. So in this approach, you are given, let's say, string S1 as ABC, and you have your string T and you want to find if S1 is a subsequence of this T. Now in this approach, before finding the subsequence S1 in T, we will have to pre-process this string T. So how are we pre-processing? We are just using this character as a key, and then we are storing their index in a vector pointed by the key. Okay, so in this case A is occurring at index 0, 2 and 4. So we are storing it in a vector. So A is our key and whenever we want to find where A is occurring, then we can simply reach to this key A, and then we can simply find from this list where A is occurring. Okay, now we will repeat that for each and every character, and that's how we have formed this map. Now after forming this map, we will simply use this map and this S1 in order to find whether S1 is a subsequence of T. So we will start from this first value A. Now we will see if A is present. So if this key A is present in map, then this means that A is present. Okay, and which index should we take? So initially we will maintain a low pointer which will be -1, because this will keep track of from which index we want to search next, because we want to maintain the relative ordering as we have already explained you. Therefore in this case, since this is the first character, we don't need any relative ordering, we just need to find it. Therefore I have kept low equals to -1. So this A is occurring at index 0, so we will simply take the first index and not any other index. And by the way, this list will always be in ascending order, because while processing we have processed this string T from left to right. Okay, so index is always in increasing order, and we were always pushing the elements to the tail of this list, and therefore this list will always be maintained in ascending order. So you want to find the first occurrence of A, because later occurrence will not be beneficial for you. So you will take this index 0. So you have found a A at index 0. So now your low will be updated to value 0. This indicates that the next character you want to match should start from index 1. Okay, so the next character to be matched is this B. Now you will search for B. So B is already present here. So key is present and its index is 3. So you will have to update this low value to 3. So B is also found. Now you want to find C. Now you will go to this C. Okay, now the C is occurring at index 1, but your low value is already 3, indicating that you can start from index 4, but the first index here is index 1, so you cannot take this. So you move on to the next element. This is index 5. Okay, so index 5 is greater than this 3, therefore this is a valid order and you will pick it. So now you have found ABC, and therefore S1 is a subsequence of this T. Now in this case, as you can see, we were matching for C in linear order. So for matching it will take order of n, but then you can improve it by using binary search. So if you apply binary search, then it will search a given index value in just log n time. Now what will be your criteria of searching using binary search? You will use this low value, because you want the next index of this low value, an index which is occurring to the right hand side of this low value, in order to maintain relative ordering. So in the similar way, if you try to find S2 in this string T, then A will be found at this index 0. But if you try to find X, then key X is not present in this map, and therefore this string S2 will not be a subsequence of this string T. So I hope you got this technique now. So let us look at the time complexity. The time for this approach will be order of T log T, where T is nothing but the length of string T. Now the maximum length of string T will be 10 to the power 4. Therefore the maximum time using the second approach will be 10 to the power 4 log 10 to the power 4, and this is base 2. So it will come out to be 13 into 10 to the power 4. And the first approach maximum time is order of S plus T, where S is the length of string S and T is the length of string T. So it will be 100 plus 10 to the power 4, because maximum length of this string S was 100. So for just doing a single query, you might feel that this first approach is better than the second approach. But then if you try to create some worst case test cases for this approach too, then you will see that this T log T is not as tightly bound as you think. So both these approaches will run in a similar time. Okay, before looking at the code, let us now look at the follow-up question. So in the follow-up question, we had queries greater than equals to 1 billion. So 1 billion is nothing but 10 to the power 9. So which approach will be best suited in order to solve this problem when queries are very large? So if you apply the first approach, so in the first approach what we were doing is we were first creating the map, and then we had nothing to do with string S. Whatever we did was comparison with the map. So for making the map, the maximum time will be 10 to the power 4 log 10 to the power 4, because the maximum length of string T was 10 to the power 4. Okay, so once you have formed the map, then for each query it will just take 100 log 100 maximum time, because the maximum length of string s, which is your query string, will be 100. So in order to find each and every character of this string s, you will basically require log n time. So for finding all the characters in s, you will require s log s, okay, where s is the length of string s. So this is the way you can process a single query. So in this case, I am not assuming the complexity of finding key in your map. So the complexity of finding key will be order of 1 in this case, because it will depend on the number of keys. And since you have only 26 characters, therefore the maximum time can be log 26 base 2, which will be order of 1. Okay, therefore I have not included the time for finding key in a map, which is O1. Now the total time for approach 1 will be, you have 10 to the power 9 queries. So 10 to the power 9 will be multiplied by time for each query. So this is the time for approach 1. For approach 2, we were simply using 2 pointers. So the 2 pointer technique took order of s plus t. Okay. And for 10 to the power 9 queries, it will be 10 to the power 9 multiplied by 100 plus 10 to the power 4. So you can clearly see that if you have more number of queries, that is more than one query, then this approach 2 will be very slow, and this approach 1 will be way faster. So for solving this follow-up question, this approach 1 is the best solution. So here I just made a mistake in numbering the approach. Actually this is approach 2, which is using map, and this is approach 1. So I hope you understood my calculation why this approach 2 is better than approach 1 for more number of queries. So let us now look at the code. So this is the code for approach 1, where we are given string s and t, and I have taken t pause, and simply we are just iterating over each and every character. So this first loop is actually iterating for each and every character in string s, and for each character in s we want to find its occurrence in string t. So this will find occurrence in string t of the current character in string s. So after finding it, we will check if you have reached the end of string. So if you have reached the end of string, then it means that you were not able to find the current character, and you will simply return false, saying that this string s is not a subsequence of string t. Otherwise you will keep iterating for all the characters of s. And if you can find all the characters, then after breaking this loop, you will return true, saying that this string s is a subsequence of string t. Now let us look at the second approach code. So this is the code for the second approach. In this case as well, we have two strings, and I have taken an unordered map, and then I will push, that is I will pre-process string t like I had already explained you, and after pre-processing we will have to find all the occurrences of string s characters in our map. So for keeping the relative ordering, we were actually using a low value, and initially it was -1, because your index value can start from 0 and it can go beyond. So now we will iterate for each and every character in s, and we will use upper bound, or you can also implement your binary search technique in order to find the upper bound using this low value, so that our relative ordering is maintained, as I have already explained you. So if you are not able to find your character which is having an index greater than this low, then we will simply return false, saying that this string s cannot be a subsequence of string t. Otherwise we will keep iterating for each and every character, and finally when we break out, we will simply return true, saying that this string s is a subsequence of string t. So I hope you were able to understand this explanation. If you have any other approach or solution in different languages, then please post below so that everyone can take benefit from it. Like and share our video and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of this programming videos. See you in our next video. Thank you.